All right, welcome everybody. Look at that beautiful little baby. We're going to hop right into this. Listen to this. And yes, we are in an RV. Are we not, Jennifer?
We are. And hello, everybody.
Yeah,
I'm kind of a stand-in at the moment.
I love it. Well, you are a stand-in. We're going to get into the big news, but I gave you a glimpse of it as soon as we went live. We were jumping out of our back ends to pull this episode off just now. So listen, everyone, at Dave Cooper Live, we are bringing you the people and the processes that are building it better. Our guests and topics include experts in building systems to building science, building codes, and the tech used to build it better, as well as people that are making a difference in all industries and increasing influence. And today is an episode of Increasing Influence. And you're right. Guess who other than Miles Biggs is here with me today? Jennifer. Jennifer, thanks so much for filling in for Miles. Miles had a big day yesterday.
He did. And we're so excited. It's been coming in the works for 9 months now.
9 months. Yes, 9 months. So we want to say a big thumbs up. Congratulations, Miles Biggs. Biggs idea. Dude, listen, let's just come on. I got to show it. I got to show what Miles. Look at how beautiful is that little baby.
Yeah. So welcome little Noah into the world. We're ending 2020 with a new edition.
That's right. So for all of you who may not know, Miles Biggs Idea is the co-host of the Dave Cooper Live Increasing Influence show every Thursday. So Miles Biggs, I know you're out there listening, buddy. Congratulations to you and your wife and everybody else that's out there. Hey, look at this. We have the top of the echelon from the National Association of Home Builders joining us today. What is happening, Mr. Greg Ugaldi, the immediate past chairman? This is awesome. To Dave and Jen and all viewers at Dave Cooper Live, Happy New Year's and God bless. Well, Happy New Year's to you as well, Greg. I love it. Hey, Greg, check this out. We don't own it yet, but we might. Who knows? How cool is this for our road show?
Yeah, we're out shopping for a different type of new baby.
We are. Yes, definitely a different type of new baby. We already have our 3 children and are quite happy with that, aren't we?
Yeah.
So. Well, listen, everybody, here's what's fun about today. And this is something that is just out of the blue, off the cuff. So we come down to Planet RV. I guess this is Fort Lauderdale, right?
We're in Davie, Florida.
Davies, Florida, right, in South Florida. And we ran in at this Planet RV, the only female RV motorhome dealer in the entire country.
Female
owned. In the entire country. And this goes back to what we're always talking about in our industry about being more inclusive and having more women in our business, because as we know, we will go further faster if we do. So I think what's really cool about Gigi is, why don't you talk a little bit?
Well, no, I mean, here's the deal. I mean, this show is all about increasing influence, building your personal brand, establishing yourself in whatever industry you're in, to help you help others, right?
Yeah.
To really give you the reach and the voice and the ability to increase your influence, which number one, helps you. Number two, helps others. And on the last day of the year, I'm kind of excited to be a stand-in for Miles, because we've all had to pivot in 2020. We're all looking forward to 2021.
Yeah.
And the question we have for the viewers is, what new addition are you bringing to your life, to this world, to really change things for yourself, and really make it a better place to be? And once again, today, in our journeys, we're constantly meeting people who are putting so much goodness out there into the world and really trying to pay it forward and really help others. And today has been no different. And we sincerely believe that it's a lot of you who are out there cheering us on that puts us in these spots.
It does, right? We would never have been at an RV dealer anywhere in this country if it wasn't for everybody out there supporting us taking our show on the road this February and doing all the things that we're going to do and all the places we're going to go across this great country. And it's just this isn't a vacation, right? We're going out and we're bringing the COVID world to those who can't get in it, who normally would be at the trade shows, would be at the, IBS Live versus the IBS X, which is coming up. So we're going to go out there and we're going to do all these great things. And hopefully we're going to add to all the content that's out there and bring you a real discussion, because this is real. So if you have comments or questions, whether you're on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, put it in the comments section and we'll give you a shout out, put it up on the screen. And if you have questions, always feel free to ask. But, hey, John, what's happening? We are cheering. I love it, John.
And Happy New Year to John.
I know. Happy New Year to you, John. Merry Christmas. I know we haven't talked since then, but I hope all is well. And I am looking forward to hopefully seeing you up there in Chicago soon.
Yeah, that's definitely on our list of stops.
Right.
I mean, there's so many great things. Like even in 2020, let's talk about some of the new things people had to do in 2020 to really just regain their footing, and then from there increase influence. You guys have had some amazing guests on the show.
We have had amazing guests on this show. I mean, if you think of everybody going back from Steve Glenn, Plant Prefab, Greg Ugaldi comes on our show. Hey, Greg, when you coming on? Once a month. January's coming up. In fact, I'll send you a link. You can pick the date because Greg comes on our show to give us updates from the National Association of Home Builders all the way from Washington, D.C. I know I say that a lot, but it means so much to our industry to have somebody at Greg's level join us on our conversations, because he has to go a million other places and he chooses to hang out with us, which is really cool because we're going to change how the industry is. Who else have we have on, Jen?
Yeah, not just who have you had on, but what ideas have they brought forward?
That's right.
This year we had an awesome show with Professor Nez, who is all about increasing influence and building your personal brand and really coaching others to move to that virtual platform and really try new things in order to increase their reach and connect with others, because those trade shows aren't happening. So this whole online forum, this whole live show format has really been a terrific way for people to connect.
It really has been a terrific way. And Professor Nez, you just mentioned, I just love Professor Nez because guess what? He's the number 4 rated LinkedIn social media consultant out there. Think about that. Out of the 7 million LinkedIn users or whatever, 700 million, I don't know how many is. That's pretty impressive. But you're right. This show is all about bringing people on that are doing it differently, that are increasing their influence by innovating, thinking differently, putting themselves out there to make a difference and putting up the good fight, for the fight. Because, just like today's conversation, surprise, we got a new guest coming on Thursday, Gigi Stetler, right? I hope I said the name right. Stetler, right? Who owns this Planet RV, has a story like no other. And Miles, I'm sorry, but guess what? She has a book too. So, which is really cool, but surviving is just the beginning, unstoppable. And why, this is just out of the blue. We knew Miles was having the baby. We were kind of keeping our Thursdays open for guests. So Miles, we have a guest Thursday with us, right? And maybe Jen join us as well on that Thursday. But what's so great about this, you want to read the back of that?
Well, no, I don't want to spill the beans for next week, but I think, tell a little bit of the story because it's pretty amazing.
It is pretty amazing. So I'll give you an idea. So this is somebody that has seen some hard times. I mean, think about it. An attacker who literally stabbed her 21 times and left her for dead is a major success in an industry, whether it's RV, home building, doesn't matter. That is the will of somebody who wants to do something better. And that is somebody who could have gave up right at that very moment. So it's going to be a lot of fun having Gigi on. And I can just tell by talking to her and watching Jennifer and her go back and forth. And of course, it went right to where it should go, where, how do we have more women in this industry and how do we increase that influence and make things like that happen? And she's somebody that's going to talk about how she's doing it. And not only is she doing it, she's putting her own money behind it, building websites, building communities out there to bring people together. And my favorite thing out of all of it, not that I don't like all the other stuff, the veterans.
She's helping veterans.
Yeah, she's helping veterans.
So this is the thing. There's so many quiet stories out there of people putting goodness in the world and really filling, those goodness buckets, if you will. And part of what we're trying to do is discover some of that because people are really willing to share and they really need to soak this up.
That's right.
right now. As we think about, all of the stuff that fills our inbox,
Right.
very rarely do you get the good news that fills your inbox. So, Gigi is somebody who is definitely giving back and building communities and building
Right.
forums. Professor Nez is somebody who put it out there, with free, sessions and ask me anything type sessions.
That's right.
And teaching others how they can increase their influence. Gary Vaynerchuk obviously is huge in this space.
We haven't had Gary on our show yet, but he's been calling.
But he's doing so much to really give back to his community and really help others, follow their passions, follow their paths, add the things to their lives that will help them be better. Yeah.
And just 2 weeks ago, we had Kristen Schwarzak on.
Oh, amazing.
I mean, she was amazing. She went and shared our post, and within an hour, it had 250 comments and thousands and thousands and thousands of views. And I think, that's what it's all about. So, we're a little excited. We're out getting ready for our road trip. We're out doing the things that we need to do. We're meeting these awesome people. And this is what's going to happen on our road trip. We're going to end up in a manufacturing facility. We're going to end up at a job site. We're going to end up at a 3D printing shop. I know we're going to end up back at Icon. Maybe they'll let us in to see what they're working on with the moon ash to build on the moon. There's some really cool things that are happening.
Cool stuff.
And it's just going to be like this. I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of times being like, you want to be on the show? I think there's going to be so much of that. And these are people that you normally wouldn't get to meet. And that's why we're going to bring it to everybody.
Yeah. So when you think about, again, that goodness factor that's out there, it is also driven by goal setting, right? You don't just wake up one day and accomplish things. It's about setting goals. It's about, what are you looking to achieve in 2021 and what's the path that will help you get there? What are the steps that you need to take and how do you build a community around yourself to really make sure that you have people cheering you on?
That's right.
And surround yourself with like-minded individuals, whether they are in the house next door or in this case, the RV next door, or in another country. How are you connecting with other people to do two things? Number one, increase your influence, but also build that next generation of leaders.
That's right.
Because we have a whole lot of folks who are in higher ed right now or looking to go into higher ed right now and feeling like, where is this world going to land by the time we graduate? So how, if you're a business, how are you connecting with that next generation of talent? How are you connecting with the students that may have had a student chapter that would come to your trade show? How are you taking care of yourself? How are you taking care of the people around you? And how are you nurturing that next generation of leaders?
Yeah, for sure. And all of you out there, thank you so much for joining us. We know this is a down week. We weren't planning on doing much other than shopping for RVs and having some reruns. We've been doing a lot of reruns of our shows because we know people need to spend time with their families and take a break, because we do a lot of B2B stuff. And amazingly enough, on Facebook and YouTube now, we have a lot of consumers watching us as well, which is so much fun. Hey, Catherine, how are you? Hey there. Happy New Year's. You guys are awesome. Thanks, Catherine. We really appreciate you, and happy New Year's Eve to everybody. We will be on tomorrow live, Jen, too.
Tomorrow's going to be a great show.
Steve Basic.
Yeah.
And Alexandra. Yeah.
So when you think about building it better, increasing influence and looking back and saying, hey, did I do that right? Or can that be done better? Or how do I do this better for my client, for our environment, for me, for everybody? Steve Basic is going to be a lot of fun.
Steve Basic is going to be a lot of fun. So Steve Basic, as you know, has a regular spot on the Build Show with Matt Reisinger and his daughter also, Alexandra Basic, is also an architect. She's joining us as well. And, like with Matt Reisinger, he has almost 1 million followers on their YouTube channel. So having Steve Basic come on, who is an expert architect in green design, passive house design, energy efficiency design. But not only in that, but he just has such an imaginative, is that the right word? Way of thinking. Yeah. They just do some awesome architecture. And it's going to be a lot of fun having him on with us tomorrow.
Well, I mean, just Mark Willie alone on the show is always a hoot. But if you haven't seen the cantilever deck that Steve Basic and his team recently completed with a builder, again, who was not in his backyard, halfway across the country, an architect and a builder teamed up and built this most amazing cantilever deck. If you haven't seen that alone is worth tuning in for.
It is really, I mean, I don't know what it is. It looks like it's a good 15, 20-foot cantilever. So we have a lot coming up. Next week, we're getting back on schedule with our regular programming. We have a lot of great guests coming on. We're traveling around the world starting on Wednesday as well. So we're going to keep doing this, and the show's going to keep building bigger and bigger and bigger, and we're going to have the best and the brightest that are in this industry doing it differently and doing it better. And next Thursday is going to be any different. I'm so excited about GG next Thursday. I really am.
Yeah, I mean, we really are.
And I'm going to say this. We went shopping for RVs, right? And travel. We need a place to live, right? Unless your rooms are open, we're going to come to your house. The reality of it is you'd be surprised how many people do not take the time to really understand your needs and what you're doing, why you're doing it, all of those things. It, in my opinion, has been an experience of, pure just disgust in the industry, quite honestly, on how it happens, and here we are, we're walking in saying, hey, we're doing this, we're buying something, but it really didn't feel that great. But then we end up down here at Planet RV, and it was like night and day experience of the people that really took care of us. And we didn't meet Gigi first. We met her brother, who was awesome at what he was doing. In fact, I don't feel bad. Yeah, Ivan. So Ivan Smith, and this isn't a promo for them, but honestly, sincerely, we kind of found somebody that we really trust and talk to, because this is a hard industry, and we're putting our lives and our families in this for 6 months to a year to bring these shows live across this country. So it's really important to make sure we're working with people that understand what we're doing.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just a good testament to what we talk on Building Modular all the time.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're providing really good client services, unless you're really connecting with your clients, you're a startup every day of the year, right? In Building Modular, we talk about how can you service your client in excellence and really stand behind your product, regardless of the level of detail or the level of finish that you're building to.
That's right.
The same is true with RVs and service within RVs. And it was really good to come here.
We are learning about it, right?
And feel comfortable and feel like you're being heard, because now we're on the buyer side of the table. It's a little different.
It is different. You know what's so great about this? Being a modular home builder for 20 years in New England, I mean, I'm living my dream. I get to drive down the highway in a module. I mean, it's a self-contained home, just like we deliver. So there's a lot of similarities and fun when it comes to, well, you got to watch for the bridge heights, you got to watch the bridge weights, you got to all these different things. So, but you're absolutely right, Jennifer. I mean, we're going to have so much fun with everybody. Hey, look, Charles Wake. Hey, Charles Warfield, what is happening? Hello, Team Cooper. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's episode. Tomorrow's going to be a big episode. I bet we have hundreds of people joining us tomorrow. I mean, Steve Basic and Alexandra Basic are the real deal. They're big people in our industry, big influencers, and know what else they're big at?
Tell us.
Big hearts. They got big hearts.
Yeah. And big red pens.
And then he does have a big red pen. He has his camera set up on his blueprints, and he draws out how he came up and why he came up with why he's designing better homes, or how he's designing things, and what's so important about what he's doing and why he did what he did. And it's out there for anybody to ask him questions and critique. So tomorrow's the day. So if you want to join us tomorrow, like Charles and others, it's going to be a big day.
Yeah, definitely. So let's flash the other new edition again, because I can't get enough of
Look at this, everybody. Let's put him back up. Miles Biggs idea. He's a new dad. So congratulations to Miles and his wife. Miles, we're missing you today, but you know what? I mean, I have a really good host here next to me. I don't know, buddy. Nah, you're coming back Thursday. I'm just teasing.
Well, I would love to trade places with Miles. Holding those little ones is, just such pure joy before they
look at the face on that thing. I love it.
So fun. So again, let us know what your new additions are and your new plans are.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Miles. So hopefully you're getting some sleep. I know it was a late night for you. We're going to get back to our wonderful conversation and figuring out our road show, getting on the road. As you can see in the bottom, we have the ticker. So if you're interested in joining us ever on this road show, we will be somewhere near you real soon. And if you're looking to be a sponsor, reach out to us. This is really happening. We have a lot of people reaching out to us, but it's very important that we want to work with people that we like and trust, because we are unedited, we are real, we are live, and we're bringing you the real stories of the real people out there.
Yeah, so keep up the great work, everybody, and Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year's, right? Listen, don't be too hungover to show up for our show, 1 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it. That's it for the show. Jen, why don't you take us out today? What are we doing here at Dave Cooper Live?
Well, at Dave Cooper Live, we're really working hard to bring you the people and the processes that are building it better. Obviously, our foundation is in offsite construction and residential, commercial construction. Yeah. But regardless of what your industry is in, be the best you can be. You know,
That's
our
right.
guests and topics include building science, you know,
building systems,
technology, all of that good stuff.
That's
but
right.
Today on Increasing Influence, just be better than yesterday.
Be better than yesterday, and everything that you do, I think that is super important. Hey, Nicholas Capizzola. What's up, Nicholas? I hope you guys are having a fun day today. Thank you for joining us, my friend. And I'm still waiting for your next podcast there, Nicholas. So when you have an opportunity, put that out there and we will share it, my young friend. Okay, moving on with that, Jennifer. Let's get back to what we need to do to get this show on the road. We will see everybody tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern. Steve Basic, Alexandra Basic, and the one and only, the Mark Bare Naked Willie. He will be here with all of his hair and all of his smiles and probably his glasses that say BS on it. So join us tomorrow. I'm Dave Cooper.
I'm Jennifer Cooper. We'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time. Congratulations, Miles, man. Love you, buddy.